everyone. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Six and Stripes podcast. I'm your co-host, Lane Calkins.
And I'm Cooper Mueller. And today we are joined by two of our guests, the Walk-ons. We have David and Ellie with us.
What's up?
How's it going?
Okay, so let's do a recap of the past couple weekends. Again, sorry we haven't been filming too many episodes. I have been swimming in my thesis work, which I just submitted, and Coop has been swimming in his JP. Mm-hmm. So, been a rough couple weeks, but we're on the tail end of it. So, happy to be back in the studio. But we had a huge win against Columbia this past weekend, which was fun to go and play in the city. We actually saw our old assistant coach, Maggie Brown, who's now an assistant coach for Columbia. So, that was definitely fun to see her again and kind of get the whole gang back together again from last year. And then we also had a tough loss to Penn in double overtime last Wednesday, which was the longest game of my life. But it was definitely a fun game to play, and those are kind of the reasons why you play college lacrosse, is to be in games like that. And our games against Penn have, I think, historically been really competitive. So I think we kind of knew it was going to be like that going into it. And Jen always reminds us that Penn is one of the longest rivalries in women's lacrosse. She mentioned that we've been playing them since 1974, I think, probably 10 times leading up to that game. So it's definitely always fun to be in a competitive Ivy League and to play in competitive games like that. And we play Towson tonight, which I guess we will have already played them by the time this comes out. And then we play at Brown on Saturday, so really exciting. And they recently came out with new bracketology, having us in the last four, which is really exciting because I think at one point during the season we didn't really expect to make the NCAA tournament unless we outright won the Ivy League. So it's good to know that if we keep doing what we're doing and kind of keep producing results, that even if it doesn't necessarily fall in our direction on the last Sunday during that first weekend of May, that we still have a chance to make the NCAA tournament, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and we're coming off of a few big wins. It's been nice. We've had a good stretch here. We played a couple out-of-conference games as well, playing Lehigh and Vermont, and we just had Penn this last Saturday. It was nice. We had a few games that we were able to get most of the guys on the team on the field, which is always really fun to be able to have the guys that are working hard every day in practice be able to get out there and show what they can do as well. Some of the young guys are the older guys that haven't as much playing time throughout their 4 years. So it's been a good stretch. We go up to Harvard this Saturday, which would be a tough game. Harvard's been very highly ranked this entire year, and that's always a pretty big rivalry for us, especially playing them twice last year. So we're really excited about that one and kind of ready for the end of the year here. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to things. As Coop mentioned, we have two of the team's walk-ons with us today, David Smythe and Ellie Nicklas. So really excited to have them today. They bring a lot of personality to our team. So I think to start off with an icebreaker, what is a funny practice story that you guys have from this year?
You gonna go?
Do you want?
I can go. I'll go. I guess so. I'm a goalie, and so we try to mix things up so we're not getting pelted with rubber balls all the time because those cause a lot of bruises. Recently we've been using tennis balls and a tennis racket, and the speed that those come at you is quite fast, but we always joke around and yell pink when the tennis ball is pink as a little bit of a caveat to add into goalie world. But recently we've been making a joke, and Amelia's been who's our senior goalie, has been rolling around on the ground on low save, so brings a little joy and laughter into our mundane goalie world time. But yeah.
For mine, got to go with Connor Crosby during man down and man up. We do at the end of pretty much every practice. There will be guys who just don't get in because they're not on the man down unit, and he made it his goal in practice to not move the entire practice, just stood there like a statue. And it was funny in person, but when you watch the film back and sped it up, you see everyone moving around him. He just did not move at all. It was hilarious. So we got to give Connor Crosby a shout out for that one.
Yeah. Another walk-on.
Another walk-on, yeah.
Good group.
I think one of my funny practice stories is some days after practice we'll do extras, as we call it, where we go and some guys will work on their footwork or people will go shoot. And one day I was going to shoot, and I get the ball from the offensive guy, and I'm going to shoot on Croddick, and sometimes I might not have the most control over my shot, and I see Croddick just kind of leave the net. It's because I knew that I was probably going to hit him, and I shot it, and I went center, so probably good that he moved out of the way that one.
Good intuition.
Yeah, good one for Croddick there, but I'm working on my shot, I promise.
And as he mentioned earlier, we have the two walk-ons from each of the men's and women's lacrosse team. We have a couple, but these are the two we selected today because they bring so much personality to our teams. And so I think we should start off with a little icebreaker. What is your oldest superstition versus what is your newest superstition?
I can take
Yeah,
this
you
one.
go.
All right,
You
okay.
go
In high school, our games were always at night, and so on my drive back to school for our games, I would open a LaCroix as soon as I was walking out of my garage and turn on Don't Back Down by Tom Petty. All the windows down. I was like ready to go.
Do you listen to that when you walk to the locker room now?
No, not anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I listened to that song. I guess now we always do a prayer circle before our games, which is, I guess, not as much as a superstition, but just a good way to prepare your mind for what you're about to go into for the next 3 or so hours. So.
And you lead that every time, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So.
Nice. I didn't have any lacrosse examples coming to mind. I'm not very superstitious when it comes to the sport. But I guess my mom always taught me never split poles when you're walking with someone. So I try to do that. And then most recently, being at Princeton, can't walk through Fitz-Randolph Gate until you graduate. So that one I'm mindful of and would never break that superstition. So
We've talked about some of our superstitions, but one of my first probably ever was started from Princeton basketball camp in 7th grade. I saw one of my camp counselors had his Nike swooshes upside down in his socks. And I was like, that's so cool. How do you do that? And he was like, I put on my socks inside out and fold it down. So starting in 7th grade, I think that was, I did it all the way till senior year of high school. Every time I put on socks, I put on my left sock inside out and rolled it down. So any picture of me,
just the left one.
it started as both, merged to just the left one. And then, I ended up stopping it when I came to college, luckily. But
Grew up a little bit.
yeah, exactly.
And what's your newest one?
Newest one, probably just my,
Your
my game
Wawa
day
sandwich.
eating.
Anybody from
My
this
game day
year?
eating, but I don't know if that's a superstition. That's more of a routine. Well, I always take off my helmet and I leave my gloves and stick down for the national anthem. Some guys hold it. I always leave in kind of a certain area, and then I grab it and I flip my helmet over and I put it on. It doesn't really do anything for me, but it's kind of a superstition, I guess.
A superstition I've had since high school is during the national anthem. At least like my high school's version of the national anthem, it would always have like the drum beat where it was like boom, ch, like play during certain parts of the national anthem. And I don't sing the national anthem, but that's like the only part I will sing. So I'll be in like a dead quiet line during the national anthem, and all of a sudden I'll just go boom, ch, during those parts. So I've literally done that since like my freshman year. And my newest that I just started this year is I actually play with grippy socks when I'm playing both like in practices and games now, which is something that soccer players actually do. They wear like, I guess it can either be like Pilates socks or the socks you get from like the trampoline parks you went to as a kid. Yeah, the Sky Zone
It's
socks.
a place to be.
I know those socks.
And people on my high school team did it, and I was like experiencing a lot of injuries last year, so I was like, I might as well just try it, and I've been loving it. So playing with grippy socks, which a lot of my friends would probably make fun of me, considering that's like kind of ironic for my personality. But yeah, that's my newest
interesting.
thing.
So as Lane mentioned, we have our walk-ons here, and kind of our first question for the both of you is, what was your walk-on process like? When did it start? Kind of how did you introduce yourself to the coaches, all that?
Yeah, I can go.
You want to go?
So I spent the summer, as soon as I decided I was going to Princeton, I knew I was going to try to play lacrosse. I spent the summer emailing Coach Mads, and never got back to me, but don't blame him. They were in the middle of an NCAA run and busy with recruiting over the summer, but always had the intention of going to his office that first week. And luckily the night before I moved in on campus, I was in a hotel in Princeton, and he gave me a call, which was really cool, and said to come meet him tomorrow and on move-in day. And I did, and he said he would give me a chance to try out. And this is a little bit of the funny part is in that conversation, he was like, we're going to check in with you every week, let you know how you're doing, and tell you like if you're going to be on the squad. And about 6 weeks went by, and I never heard anything from him, which I took as a good sign. I didn't want to ask, no news is good news. But my freshman year, we went to Barcelona as a team, and I didn't know if I was going or not. So about like a week before the trip, I was like, Coach Mads, am I going? And he was like, oh, come on, Dave, you're on the team. What do you mean? So no like big reveal that I was on the team, but it was a fun process, and everyone was super like welcoming the whole time. And that was my experience.
Yeah. I like reached out to Jen after I had gotten into Princeton. My lacrosse coach in high school had like really encouraged me to just contact the coach. He was like, what's the worst she can say no? And I started playing lacrosse sophomore year of high school, so it wasn't like this was some lifelong dream of mine, but definitely fortunate to be here. So I actually emailed her, and like I didn't have any film. I didn't have a recruiting page or anything, so it took me a couple of weeks to get filmed for her in the first place. And it was the most like worst put together film you probably
from like an iPhone.
Yes,
from
it was
the moon.
awful. Like I don't know how they saw anything from it. And then she emailed me and was like, hey, can I give you a call at some point today? And I started freaking out. I was like, I don't know anything about Princeton lacrosse. I don't know like what defense like they run, whatever. And so I had been like skipping my last class of the day from high school, like tanning at my house. And next thing you know, I'm like calling my mom and my coach, like, what in the world do I do? So that was like May of senior year. It was actually like the day of my last high school game, and she was like, we'd love to have you on the team. And kind of similar to what David said, she was like, we'll check in with you, you know, like every couple weeks. I didn't have a single check-in where we talked about whether I was on the team or not. So very happy that all worked out, and glad I sent that email.
Gotcha. And speaking of you getting into Princeton, one of Ellie's favorite weeks of the year is when we play Penn State, because she is from Pennsylvania, and obviously like every single person in Pennsylvania is a fan of Penn State.
Yeah.
But can you tell them why exactly you hate Penn State so much? Yeah. And, like, leading up into that week, like why that's such a big game week for you? Because I think like one of the biggest parts of your personality, and like some of the core memories I have of you on this team, is like you at practice the week leading up to that game, and like you getting hype at that game and just like screaming at everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm from a small town in like South Central PA. We're about 2 hours from State College, which I continue to call State College, even though everyone else is like, we're going to Penn State. Like, no, we're going to State College this weekend. But yeah, like my mom went there. My uncle like actually walked onto football there. Like a large group of my family is all Penn State fans, and so I had like a pretty rough college admissions process. Like Princeton was the last place I got into, and like my other options was a really small school back home, or like Auburn, which were two polar opposites. Just because I didn't get into like anywhere else I wanted to get into, namely Penn State, which was a very, very bad day in my household. But all that to say, now I'm get to kind of like get my revenge back on Penn State every year when we go and play them. So freshman year when we headed up to State College, like it was a really big game for us. I think we were the underdogs, and someone had to like fuel the fire, and I kind of took it under my wing to be like, we're going to beat this team, and like this is what we're going to do. I think I've never screamed so loud in my life, but gonna hopefully go on that 4-year stretch of continuing to crush Penn State, because it really brings me a lot of joy.
So, why are you laughing?
Good job.
I guess kind of with your process of walking on, what's one thing that you wish someone had told you, or if someone was walking onto the team now, something that you would go and talk to them about?
I would have practiced shooting more going in the summer.
Did either of you guys like train to be on the team over the summer, or were you just showing up to campus being like, well, we'll see if this works out?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I went to Europe with my brother post high school graduation for like 6 weeks, so I didn't do anything then.
Well, I hope you weren't bringing your stick to.
No, yes, but I did. I wish I had reached out to someone and got their workout plan or something. Nothing I did was structured, and could have been more organized in that and putting myself in a better spot. But it worked out. I don't know if there's anything else specifically. Do you have anything?
I mean, I think similarly, like I didn't know what in the world I was doing. My like summer after senior year was a whirlwind, like traveling, and just like trying to get the last seconds at home. But I think I would have wished I asked for like other people's advice similar to that. Like I didn't know what 300s were in the workout packet, like, and that showed when I showed up freshman year. So just asking, like, if you don't know something, just ask, because there's a whole group of teammates that are willing to help you and want to see you succeed and not continue to like be in the dumps.
And if you guys weren't playing lacrosse here, like say Mads never answered your email or Jen never answered yours, like what do you think you'd be doing at Princeton?
Like to think I'd be a star on the club lacrosse team.
Okay.
Fuzzy Dice?
Oh, maybe be a part of Fuzzy Dice. Probably would have tried out. I don't know. I sometimes think about what it would be like. Would I be in the same, eating club, same friends? Obviously, I would like to think I'd be friends with lacrosse guys, but who knows? It's such an integral part to your experience here. It's like hard to predict what it would be like if you weren't a part of the team.
Yeah, I mean, I would echo that same sentiment. I remember like reaching out to people that you meet on like the Princeton 2027 page before I like knew I was on the team. But I mean, it's kind of a daunting thing to think about. Like I might be on club lacrosse or like doing model UN or like much more academic things. I'm sure my grades might be a little bit better and focused on schoolwork more. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to think about because there's so many things now that are so important, you spend so much time with, that are given to you from lacrosse. So
Yeah. Well, Ellie, when you came here, you originally started off as a member of ROTC, correct? You want to talk about that a bit?
Yeah. So that was like one of the schools I really wanted to go to was the Naval Academy. That didn't work out. I mean, everything happens for a reason. So like that's all fine and
You're at the number one school in the country. I think
yeah, exactly. So like we're doing just fine. Like I'll figure it out. But ROTC was like my second option. So summer before, like one of the things I was doing was at 2.5 weeks of training at Naval Station Great Lakes for NSI. And then I was in ROTC for Navy here, which is like grouped with Rutgers as well. So we were going to Rutgers like 3 mornings a week for class or workouts.
And what time would you have to wake up for that?
Early, like 4:30, I think.
Yeah.
It was like there were weeks in the fall where I wasn't sleeping in past 5:30 or 6 any morning of the week. So yeah, I mean, just a crazy schedule. Like I met some of the most influential people and like best leaders I've ever met in my life through that experience. But ultimately, like my career goals, I wanted to be a lawyer in the military, and you can't commission directly from Navy ROTC into that. So just kind of had to make that tough decision. You know, you put a lot into something coming into college, which was difficult, but I think I, can get my grades up and focus more on like what I actually want to do career-wise through that, which is going to be helpful in the long run. But overall, good experience.
When did you stop doing that? Freshman fall?
I did, yeah. So I stopped. I was like on a break, I guess, for like freshman spring, and then like decided over the summer to officially not continue. So freshman fall, like up until winter break, I was, yeah.
What do you think is worse, Ange's agilities in December or anything you had to do for ROTC?
Oh, it depends because it's just like so different. I think Ange's agilities, I definitely like feared what we were actually doing more maybe, but like when you have a gunnery sergeant yelling at you in your face and it's pitch black and you can see the stars, both like literally and figuratively because you're about to pass out, like that makes it a little more daunting.
That's true. I guess Ange could probably be a Navy SEAL. If she
Some
really
days I was
wanted
like,
to.
I think I'm seeing double right now.
Dave, you have your walk-off shirt on. Do you
Oh,
wanna
this?
You want to talk about the culture of that group and what that is?
Yeah. So the stretching lines on the men's team each have their own little subculture. What are you on the Gon?
I'm on the Gon.
The Gon.
Yeah, we're a long line.
Yeah.
We go back to 2020.
Yeah, so there's the Gon, there's the lefty line, Gusto, slick back. So my line is all the walk-ons who besides the goalie because they don't.
Do you not
stretch.
feel marginalized, like them putting you in the corner in your own line?
No, we do
It's
not.
a rite of passage.
Yeah,
Like it is a badge of honor.
it is a badge of honor. We go by the
We want to go to
walk-offs.
that one.
Yeah. We're also, the closest to the stands, so we're a fan favorite, we like to think. But yeah, we have merch. This is our merch, the walk-offs.
I'll flip it
Oh my gosh.
Oh God,
There he goes.
Yep.
There he
Yep.
goes.
We all have these.
definitely not AI generated.
Not AI generated. I drew that. We all have these shirts, and we do a walk-on dinner every in the fall every year. So it's a good little group to support the walk-ons. Not that we don't feel like we're a part of this, but we do take pride in being in our line.
It's
and,
your walk-on affinity group.
Yeah, it's our like.
And who's in the line?
Affinity group within a group. It's me, Jim Williams, a senior.
Go.
2 juniors, Wilder Bergen and Tyler Harris. Connor Crosby before his leg injury this year. So he's still part of the line, but not in the stretches. And Gus Buss, the freshman goalie, is also technically a walk-off. And Jackson Green's like a half walk-on.
Does he have a shirt?
He does have a shirt,
Okay.
but
You gave him a shirt. That's so nice. of
He's
you.
in the
Yeah.
lefty line.
Yeah.
He's one of, I think, 3 members of the lefty line that are not lefties.
yeah, the lefty line has been corrupted.
Fraudulent. Fraudulent lefty line. They're not even taking in new lefties over there. I don't know. It's just kind of a name of their group now.
Fake tough.
Gotta love it. And David, so you are also a computer science major on campus, is that correct?
Yes, nerd.
So could you explain what you had to do for your independent work? Because I know you made an app that everyone saw the TikTok advertisements for. So
Yes. So as part of it being a computer science major, I don't have a thesis. I have 1 semester of independent work. I did this my junior fall and built an app that Cooper actually helped come up with the idea for this.
Yes.
Where you have to answer a study question before going on a distracting app like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. The idea being it'll help you reduce your screen time by giving you kind of a buffer in between like blindly opening that app, and B, will help you study throughout the day for a topic. Let's say you open Instagram 20 times a day, which is realistic. You'll be answering at least 20 questions just throughout the day. So that was the idea. I was actually believe it or not, writing lines of code for it in the fall before Claude Code came out, and now I can kind of just do that in 10 minutes, which is a little scary. But I built that last fall. It is on the App Store if you want to check it out. Toggle earn your scroll 5-star
Highly
rating.
recommend. Well, that was some of the only studying I did for the LSAT, and I didn't bother. It's so
Let's go.
very effective.
congrats, Nor.
But yeah, that was a cool thing to do instead of a thesis, putting an actual product out there and getting to work with a professor one-on-one.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation walking back from practice one day, coming up from 52, about just the general idea, and a day later you sent me a link, and I opened it up, full app already created. I was blown away by your quickness of that. I thought I might have gotten some phone viruses from that link, but we
all worked out okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm an avid Toggle user. Toggle Plus just came out.
Oh, wow.
It just came out, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to get on the wave.
Is that you have to pay for it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
$2
obviously. Oh my god.
$2 a cup of coffee.
Is there a discount
It's a
code
no-brainer.
for Princeton men's women's lacrosse?
Discount code? No, there's not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You make all of his pay?
It's worth every penny.
Do you know how hard Claude worked on that?
Hey,
This was pre-Claude.
Some of it was pre-Claude.
Yeah,
I read
exactly.
recent editions with Claude.
Ooh, this is a good question. ChatGPT or Claude? Which
Claude.
Claude.
I feel like you have to know what you're using it for, though. I found Claude doesn't make as good of pictures as Chat does.
Yeah, Claude doesn't.
I'm going pictures. I'm going Gemini.
Also, if you're a teacher watching this is only for creative work.
Yes,
Creative work,
pictures
yes.
only.
Of course.
I think.
Or creating apps.
Yeah.
Claude's coding is so good. And
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
that's
I
really
actually got, if you are an alum watching this, you're probably going to kick yourself, but I got approved to use Claude to help code parts of the code for my thesis, which is huge.
Yeah.
Because it probably saves you a month where you're just going to be in the depths of Firestone trying to figure out how to code. And I put in my data into the platform and it cranked out code within 5 minutes. So
There's
it's
no
just,
reason not to use it. I mean,
Claude.
Yeah.
You can connect Claude to your email, your Excel. It'll make a
that
PowerPoint
kind of scares
for you.
me a little bit.
It won't send any emails for you, which is nice. It'll put them in the drafts.
Okay.
Oh.
So you can schedule send. You can put them in the drafts, but it's nice to know.
So it's
that
not going to
it's
send
not
emails to your mom and be like, help me.
Exactly. It's not going to go rogue and tell my mom I got kidnapped and try to get $10,000 out of her. Luckily.
Gotcha. Well, I guess going back to the in-team affinity groups, Nor, you were also part of you're part of 2 actually in-team affinity groups on our team, which is very rare. You're part of Goalie World, obviously because you're a goalie.
Yes.
And Heads
Goalie
of
World.
Goalie World.
Goalie World.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Can you guess what people are in Goalie World?
Is that a play on something?
I don't
goalie.
think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think I even.
I feel like we could have been more creative with that. But
Okay.
I'll give you 2 words yours.
Okay. Walk off.
We are.
walk off. Get it? Walk off. It's a play on words.
Wow.
Okay.
This is baseball.
Anyways, before I was so kindly interrupted, Ellie Nicklas is a part of Goalie World and Heads of State, which we briefly discussed last year with Tia Riemann, who was the founding member of Heads of State. But Heads of State is our sideline celebration committee. If any of you tune into any of our games, you will see that the goals that Haven and Jamie and Meg are scoring are very exciting, but arguably what is more exciting is whatever they're doing on the sidelines. And actually during the, I believe, Sweet 16 last year, ESPN commentator was like, we need to put a camera just on Princeton's bench because they are just doing the most outrageous stuff. But like Ellie and like some other members of our team before each game like write down what celebrations they're going to do.
I still had like the Sharpie normally lasts. Like we have a game tonight, so it's been a couple days.
They map it out up to like 20 goals. So do you want to talk about? I feel like you're kind of like you and Kate Garlinghouse are now.
I mean, there's definitely like a group that is the most random group of people, and some of them have graduated, like Lane, and
I'm technically a member.
Yeah, no, she's still in the group chat, still like very important to the culture there. I think it started like my freshman year at like I guess the Sweet 16, where like we're everyone plays a role on the team, and this is how we're gonna step up here, but. We've kind of turned it into our own. Like, we do these weird things. Like, we load at every draw at the beginning of the quarters. It's just literally just, like, us squatting and then, like, jumping up as soon as the whistle blows. I guess, like, we're, like, helping the draw girls out. We get Sour Patch Kids handed out at the beginning of the third quarter. Last year we had this cheese stick that Tia Riemann would get from the fridge every week.
It was disgusting. No, it wasn't every week. It was the same cheese stick.
It was disgusting. Like, it would sit in her locker, and like it's like, and like you would like try to like when you still have coats on, we would try to like sneak it in people's pocket to see like if they would notice or not. So I guess those are the things like we do collectively, and then I mean like we plan out all of our celebrations beforehand, like write notes on our arm like a quarterback's playbook for us.
Jen joked about getting the things that like the quarterbacks have. I don't know what it's called, the flip wrist things, but for like the sideline celebration.
Like that's like we're not that high tech. Like we like what we have going now. But yeah, I mean we got some airtime last year, and they're like the better the team, the better the sellies, and that was our really claim to fame now.
Who's the one who does the worm on the sideline?
It depends. Right now, I think it's Kendall and Sienna. Okay. Meryl's
that's
done it
new.
before.
Definitely seen that one.
Meryl can't do the worm.
Meryl can't do the worm.
The whole joke is that Meryl actually doesn't know how to do the worm, so she lays on the ground and she just like seizes on the ground. And it used to be Addie and Batch.
Yeah. We kind of like, if no one wants to volunteer, people get voluntold, and they do it with a smile on their face.
What's your favorite celebration that we do?
I mean, I think the one that's like, so I can't think of the word, but like our most known one that we talk about is like when we just like all laid on the ground last year, like literally face down on the ground. I wish I had the picture of it because it's hard to explain, but
oh yeah, it's where we all just like laid face down for like a full round.
Like literally just like laid on the ground because I think it was like Meg had a BTB to like go up by a point. It was just disgusting.
My favorite one you guys do is the tush push. I always think that.
Yeah, that one's great.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
the freshmen draw X's and O's out on a clipboard to figure out who's running that play. Sidelines, Ellie. Yeah, I like jousting too. Wheelbarrow race is pretty good. I don't know.
These are really
you guys
detailed.
should get Park the Red Sea gone.
Oh, see, we can't always execute that one correctly.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to, as Ellie said, volunteer the entire team to get in a circle and then collapse.
Yeah.
So normally it's easier when you can get like 5 or 6.
Ellie, do you think your military background, you could draw up some good Army style plays, Navy style plays?
Like, what would that entail? I don't know. Like,
That's what I'm asking
walking
you.
the plank.
Grab your sticks, like.
I feel like that might get us in trouble. See,
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
the very
Didn't you
fine
get in trouble
line.
for
Yeah,
that?
I was gonna say I didn't want to bring that
I
up.
did not get in trouble. I think there was a rule change afterward,
Oh.
but I believe I beat the rule change by 12 hours.
Well, unfortunately, I feel like
He
weird.
caused the rule change.
Potentially, yeah.
Fire.
Way to
Roll
be a
the
leader,
clip.
Coop.
Was that the Rutgers?
That was Rutgers
goal?
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
we're just
pre or
not taking
post
any
wooden stick?
chances.
That was post wooden stick. I started using the wooden stick beginning of last year.
Why did you start using the wooden stick?
It's a lot heavier and it hurts a lot more.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I was
do you find it
thinking-
breaks easier or no?
No, I've only broken 1 or 2 ever, and that was
You
part
broke
of.
one yesterday at practice.
Well, no, I broke my head yesterday because it was so hot yesterday that I threw a lift and the plastic part just snapped on my head. But I was bending my metal shaft so much because with the way I play, I kind of lunge at guys because I'm not necessarily the strongest, so I kind of got to put my whole body behind it.
Are you like a Liam Fairback? Like
Exactly, yeah.
like going with your head?
No.
So I was lunging and my
Cranium.
but yeah, I kept bending shafts, so I was like, I need to find a shaft that's a lot stronger, and it was like asked Jerry Price if I could use the wooden shafts. He was like, yeah, there's no rule against it. So I kind of threw it back and used the wooden shaft now.
And is this a personal purchase or are you like
Personal-
Coach Kotz, I need 12 wooden shafts in my locker?
They're like a fifth of the price of the
Really?
metal shafts. Actually, you can
How
get
do you
them
not
online
have
for
a deal with these guys?
20,
you give them so
25
much
bucks.
free media, free marketing.
I've talked to a couple different people that they're like thinking about some wooden shafts,
in the
but you'd be
works.
surprised that not too many people make wooden shafts anymore.
I feel like the one brand would want you as their.
All right, they'll receive some emails. I'll send him.
Is
some
anyone
shit.
else on the team like flaunting the idea of getting wooden shafts too, or is this like only gonna be you?
I
If you do it, you're just copying Cooper and then.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I
I
gave
mean,
one
like,
to
but like
Mark.
you could have a new like warm up line and like.
True.
Wood
Stretch
shaft.
my word.
Shaft line?
I think Mark used it for a day, but then he might have concussed Brody that
Oh.
day.
Oh right.
Remember that practice?
No.
I think so. I remember talking about it, and he after the
Brody
practice he was
doesn't
like,
remember either.
he was like, I'm gonna give you back the wood.
Bob doesn't need any more injuries in the upper half of his body. So.
I know. It's brutal, but I think he's doing better now.
It's good.
He's
Happy
off,
for him.
off the IR. He's off the IR, which is always a positive sign when Brody's still practicing.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite traditions that we have is Fridays in the fall before practice, guys will hang out in the locker room for a long time, and we'll throw up some videos on the TV and just kind of hang out, watch some like different music videos. Freshman fall, I was in there kind of hanging out before I really knew everyone super well as I do now. And I was sitting in my locker looking at the TV, and I saw some spike ball highlights, and I was confused because I was like, why are we watching random spike ball highlights? And then I see Dave go, "Get in the, it was yellow cleats you had or something on?" He's like, that's me. And we start watching Dave's. You have how many highlight videos of spike ball do you have? And kind of want to talk about that real quick.
Well, I only have one YouTube highlight reel, but I do have an Instagram.
You sum up on Vine, actually.
No, on Instagram is our primary marketing tool for Thunder Spank Spikes is my team. And this all started in COVID when organized sports shut down pretty much for like 6 months. My only competitive outlet primarily was spike ball. Like naturally, you're kind of spaced out in the sports. So with Mass, the spike ball community thrived during COVID. It was a sport I originally got into in summer camp, and you'd be shocked at the underground spike ball community. It is huge, and I would travel up and down the East Coast playing in tournaments, met some lifelong friends, had an awesome experience playing spike ball, and at one point I was the number one high school spike ball player in Virginia. There's a whole
That's big stuff.
There's a whole, yeah.
How do you do it?
There's like a whole federation and committee, and you get points. And
There's tens of high school players.
that's so disrespectful. I came up to Boston, and I won a tournament and actually gained premier status, which you have to earn through tournament victories. Go follow Thunder Spank Spikes on Instagram.
Please
but
don't.
I'm not as avid of a spike ball player now, but we played sometimes in our eating club, and we have a good time. But it was once my love during COVID.
I think there were clips of you practicing in you had a basement set up with a net, and you were practicing your serves. Was that on
Yeah.
that
So while I should have been practicing my lefty shot, I was practicing my cut serve and my reverse cut. Set up a tripod, make sure you get to see all the angles. And yeah, I mean, I was grinding on spike ball for a good 6 months. Really fun. No regrets. Made some great friends and good memories.
It's a lifelong skill right there.
Yeah.
So when you go play in the backyard of Cottage now, is it kind of like you feel like a pro walking into a league of amateurs? Like you walk to a spike ball game, and you're like, these guys have no idea what they're going up against. Or do you
Yeah.
feel like you've lost some of your skills? And
No,
you can't, like, glorify as
I
much?
confidently say I'm the best spike ball player in Princeton for sure. I'll say that.
Those are some big
Has anyone
allegations.
Yeah.
like you play spike ball with partners now? So
Yeah.
who do you pick as
David
your
and I run
partner?
feeded.
Yeah,
we
you-
run
okay,
feeded.
like-
kind of-
Give me anyone on the lacrosse team actually give me anyone.
Really?
And
You'll just carry.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Anybody.
Don't they have to touch the ball though? Like you can't.
Okay,
necessarily
you
carry
can't. All right,
them.
not anybody. No, but like the way people play casually on the beach is very different from the spike ball.
Us
over here.
We wouldn't
No,
know.
I'm sounding arrogant, but it's just like a different sport.
At least you acknowledge it.
But it's so fun. Like peak spike ball is like the most fun ever. I don't if you've ever experienced. I know you haven't, and I don't know if you have, but
I
Not a
can't
big
say
spike
Nora's
ball.
Mueller got a
going
glimpse.
on her
Mueller,
cleats.
Mueller got a glimpse
Yeah,
into it
the
in
yellow
fall.
cleats. I haven't.
Oh, orange cleats. They were
I'm
orange.
so sorry. So sorry. Forgive
Already,
me.
yeah. But good memories on the spike ball court.
Do you think you'll go back?
Maybe this summer I have some time. Maybe
Do you think
I'll-
you'll be the number one adult spike ball player in Virginia?
People have gotten so good. I see clips on Instagram. I wouldn't be premier these days, but I could compete in contender.
Okay, let's wrap it. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and thank you so much, David and Ellie, for coming on the podcast this week. Please tune in to, I guess, ESPN Plus to watch our game against Brown this Saturday. And you can tune into the ESPN as well to watch the men's game versus Harvard this Saturday. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you guys next episode.
Thank you.
you.